has a lot of meaning, and we've designed this ruck to where everything matters, everything means something. But before we get into that, I do have a couple of things we have to go over. Did anybody who brought their own ruck, like packed and ready to go? All right. Did anybody bring extra weight? Like anything you want to ruck for other people that you know, or anything like that? Okay, good. Did anybody bring any extra supplies that you need for personal nutrition needs or anything like that? If there is, the white truck, you can go ahead and load it in that. If it's for any sort of particular medical need, please let this guy know. Does anybody have any pre-existing medical conditions?
They can talk to me after if they want. Yeah.
If you do, don't tell me in front of the crowd. Get with Tom before we kick off so he knows what to look for. He's going to be our medic. He's going to be watching for you guys, make sure everybody's still sweating. If anybody stops sweating, you'll probably get some extra attention. If you look like you're limping or pale in the face, 1,000-mile stare, whatever, he's going to take care of it. So, but that's also everybody's here's job, take care of the team. If you see somebody else like they're suffering, like they need some help, let them know, talk to them, let Tom know, something so we can address it. We need this to be a safe and successful event. Some of the stuff with the team strategy, right here we have 163 pounds. I know everything we advertise was for 150. As things go, investigations are completed, information's released, and sometimes the numbers change, the roster changes. Whenever we called our number and set our logistics for this year, it was 150 officers down for 2018. That roster was updated later on. I ended up talking to the people who collect this data, and it turned out that basically what happened was they had determined another type of illness that 9/11 affected, and officers who were on duty during 9/11, cancer, different illnesses that affected them, so they got added to the roster. That was a nasty event, and it's just, it blows my mind that is still, the effects of that are still lingering. With that being said, the main rule I have with this weight is that it must stay on a person on the ground. It can never once ride in the truck. So if y'all divvy up the weight and somebody needs to take a break, you need to pass that weight to somebody else who's going to be on the ground. I've weighed each weight here at no less than 16 ounces. Each one is a pound or a little more. So every officer gets every ounce of every pound and every step of every mile. And the reason for that is because there's a saying in common law enforcement, I think, no one in this family fights alone. And I'm going to take that a step further. Even in death, no one fights alone. Each one of these officers gave their life for their community, their people, their officers. And I think that even continuing on, we're going to carry on that mantra, and they're going to ruck together. I think they would be there for each other, and they're going to do that, just the same as we're going to be there for them. Okay. So y'all can develop a strategy. We'll have a few minutes here before we kick off. We got just a few minutes left. Get together, figure out if you want to split the team in half, where half of you are on the ground rucking, half are resting, and then swap out every 2 or 3 miles, whatever you want to do. I know there's some folks here that are probably well equipped to do the whole thing. You're welcome to it. If we need to keep the team together, there's not going to. Last year we stretched out a good bit. This year we got to keep things a little more collected. So for the escort drivers, if go as fast as the team wants to go, but as for the team, we can't be getting this 200-yard distance between escort trucks. What happened last year is cars would come up and they would see the distance, the stretch, and think they could move in, and now they're in the middle of our athletes, and that's a dangerous situation. All right. So if you want for speed, if there's a group of you here that want to go for speed, y'all need to get together, and if y'all split the team, have a fast group and a moderate group. But we're not doing this stretch out thing. That got too dangerous last year. Okay. Each one of y'all got your athlete bags, come with the shirt and everything, and it was a little bit of hand sanitizer. I would suggest you keep that with you. You're going to need it at the end. We're going to have a platter with some sandwiches. It's going to be kind of like a buffet line. Clean yourself up before you go to picking meat out. Somebody else is going to have to come behind you. Everybody's going to be sweaty, so just use the sanitizer. That was donated by Bio1. They're one of our sponsors. They're just trying to help us out. Once we told them about the food at the end, they're like, hey, they might need this. So.
Is that in the district you office?
Yes. Yeah. What?
The van for your supplies.
Yeah.
So just, there's
Okay.
transition it, based on my understanding.
Okay. Each convoy will have 2 patrol vehicles, the white GMC pickup, and then also a Pacefire 16-passenger van. So if you need to rest and you need to get out of the sun and the back of the truck isn't going to work, then get in the van. That way you can get in the shade, you can shut the doors, get the AC going. McKenzie Motors has offered us these vehicles to use for escort and transport trucks. We're all going to be sweaty and nasty. These are brand new trucks. So if you need to get in out of the if you need to get out of the heat into the AC, we're going to use the van instead of the pickup truck, because we need to keep it smelling like a brand new truck and not like a bunch of stinky athletes. So at the finish line, how many of you are going to be able to join us at the end for the final mile? I would like for as many of you as possible. I want to get everybody together, as many athletes from each team, so we can finish strong together as one big team. So y'all are just as much a team as the people on leg 2 and 3 and 4. Everybody's working together to make this happen. So I would like to have that come together at the end for the final mile. You'll need to be here at this exact location at 4 or no later than 4, preferably a little early. And we'll have the GMC pickups like this, shuttle y'all down to the 1 mile. At 4:30 it'll kick off. We'll come back here for the ending ceremony. All right. I had too many bullet points. A little bit about these weights. So each one of these weights, I don't know if y'all have had a chance to come up and look at them, but it has a picture of the officer and the patch that was on their sleeve when they died. On the back, it has their name. I'm currently holding Deputy Sheriff Teresa Sue King of Wideneck County Sheriff's Office, Kansas. End of watch was Saturday, June 16th, 2018. Cause of death of gunfire. This particular one, I just happened to pick this one up at random. Her and her partner died in the Sally Port of their jail. They were doing a transport. Guy got the best of them and took them out. Her partner died. She died on scene. Her partner died the next day. So this event means a lot to me. This is not just a weight. This represents an officer. They will be treated with respect that they deserve. They will get every step. They have been meticulously weighed. I do not want to slight any one officer here. With that being said, there's also going to be a supplemental ruck on June 1st at my house, where we will complete our mission of every officer. Unfortunately, we'd already had the logistics for this set at 150. Board of County Commissioners, all that stuff was approved. We couldn't expand the event beyond that. So we do have a supplemental ruck. If you want information about that, just get with me. We'll get you the details on that. These binders are the bios. I've already divided them up into each leg, so that so on this first leg is what, like 20 miles or 19? There's that many officers in this divided for your leg. One thing I want to do to help make this personal, so that we understand what we're doing here, is y'all can elect one person or pass this around, but read this bio. Read about the officer. Read about the fact that they left behind a wife and 3 kids and one on the way. The sacrifice that was made so each one of us can be here and do this safely. So, if you want to read more than what we've divided for your leg, by all means, please do it. But I would ask that the team come together and make sure that these are read, so that we can ruck in memory of these officers. So this weight represents the burden carried by law enforcement each day. Sometimes that weight gets to be a bit too much. This ruck goes 24/7. We're going to go into the night, and the purpose of that is we're going to address the issue of suicides in law enforcement. That number is exceeding the line of duty death, which kind of to me tells me that the stress of this job is sometimes, it can be more dangerous than the actual dangers of the job of going to some of these calls. We're going into the night because, just like what they say with people that are going through a hard time, they're going through a dark time. A But we're going to ride on into the morning to let them know that there's a brighter day ahead, and we are here for you. We're here to carry your weight for you. The teams are kept small to force teamwork, just the same as out on shift. No one person can carry the shift. No one person can do this stuff alone. It takes a team. Y'all are going to work as a team to get this done. One last rule, and I'll get out of here. I'll let you guys go. Over there are the flags. I think I have 5 flags. I have a Old Glory American flag, a Blue Line American flag with the names on it. I do want those 2 flying at all times, no matter what. They died for the American flag. They died for us. They died for this country. We're going to make sure that they get that respect. The one with the names on it, that one also needs to stay flying no matter what. There are 2 other flags for this event. I'd like to keep those up going as much as possible so people, kind of the point of this is getting awareness out so they know what we're out here doing. So try to keep the American flag out in front so that way it's leading the way. Does anybody have any questions? All right. We got about 5 minutes, so load the weight in your ruck. Figure out hopefully there was some strategy planning going on before I gave the talk. Get the weight loaded up and we'll hit the road.